All right, in today's video, we'll be going over some pinky options to show your pinky some love for your Ruger LCP Max. So as you guys can see, the 12 round magazine is here. If you haven't seen my Ruger LCP Max maxed out video, came in a few days ago, so it's actually pretty good. Now, it did solve the task of getting a little bit more of my pinky on. So I guess for right now, that's as good as it's going to get. I've been scouring the internet, so I haven't seen anyone else come out with any kind of 12 round extension for it. But as you guys can see, it's not bad. Now, let me show you what else I've come across. So this is my factory mag that came in the box. Then in the box, Ruger also gave us a pinky extension. Now it is very, very short. For my hands, as you can see. So what I did was I went and I ordered the Pearce pinky extension. I hope Pearce comes out with some sort of +2 or, plus something. All right. And I contacted them over there. I don't know if they're going to do anything, but it's actually a great design. But by Ruger rounding everything off, and that helps with, not printing. And it does a hell of a job. But if they would have made it come down a little bit more, then a lot of us won't have our finger, slipping off the bottom, because it's just a tad bit too short, But this one prints the least out of these two. So this is the Pearce. All right. And it was a few bucks, so it didn't cost that much. Now, I want to compare this so you can see how this compares to the stock pinky extension. All right. Maybe that's a little bit better right there. So here's what I noticed. I like how they flared the front out at the bottom. All right. So now, let's say you don't have a hold grip, or you didn't do the 13-pound recoil spring. You have another point that can actually help you keep the muzzle flip down, because it actually locks your finger in. And once you got a good tight grip on the gun, it's not going to come up. All right. So that's one thing I noticed, and how this one is better than the stock one. So this is the Pearce. This is the stock one. The stock one is just straight down on the front, and it slants back. So if they would have just made this piece just slant from the tip here and slant straight back, we would have a little bit more room on the side, because in the front, it's fine, even with the stock extension. But by them curving it back in and then slanting back, a lot of our fingers, if you got long fingers, it's over the side. Now, Pearce, it's the same thing with Pearce. All right. They're longer in the front. It flares out. It locks your finger in. So actually, your finger can't slip off the front unless your hand is just, unless it's just too big to begin with. But if your 3 fingers fit in there like that, once you got a good grip, it's not slipping off. All right. Where the problem that I have is on the side. So as you can see, sometimes it'll be like this when I shoot, and then sometimes it'll be over here. So I never know what I'm going to get, you know, when I grip this gun with this extension on. But I like the fact that it does curve in the front. So hopefully somebody will make one that'll kind of curve at the bottom like this and just go straight back, just angle straight back, and we'll be good, you know, because then that'll give us more real estate on the side. And that's what we actually need. So if your hands are small enough to where the stock extension is good for you, then you're definitely going to love the Pearce pinky extension. Okay. So I just use this as a backup. Nothing has beat this since I got this in here. This continues to be my go-to magazine. All right. And then if all hell breaks loose and I need to get to this one, I can shoot well enough with this extension to where I'll be fine. So it's just, you know, splitting hairs, nitpicking, stuff like that. But just wanted to give you guys a quick review on the pinky options that I'm rolling with. And right now, the 12 rounder seems to be it. All right, so I've never had a problem with my pinky slipping off, but it actually, you know, it could, you know, in a stress situation, if I grab the gun too tight or I just don't get a good grip to begin with before I start shooting, and, you know, I'm pulling down with my pinky, it could actually slip off. So they have a little bit of texture here in the front, a little bit on the side, but it's high up on the side. So I may take it, because I don't have the tools to do stippling. So what I may do is I may take it to my guy and see if he can stipple this last little section right here before it starts slanting, and then get me some stippling here in the lower section here where actually my pinky rides, and see if that helps. All right, so hopefully somebody comes out with a, you know, +2, +3, +4, whatever, to, you know, not go crazy with it, but just be a little bit longer. All right, and then just come a little bit further down in the front before they start rounding it off. So as I said earlier, as a recap, this does print depending on, you know, if you got like semi-fitted shirts on, because of that angle. All right, so when you have your gun in, it's facing down like this, and if you're looking at it from the front, you're looking this way, and then your shirt falls down over here, and then sometimes when you move, you know, because of that slant back and that little scoop in the front, it does print a little bit. So this one slants out as opposed to this one, they bevel it off. All right, but still not a big deal. You know, it's hard to notice. You know, people that don't know you're carrying, they won't be able to, you know, figure out what that is. All right. Okay, guys, so that's it for today. Thanks for stopping in. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know your thoughts. How do you carry yours? Do you carry it with just a flat 10 round? Or do you have some sort of extension? Or do you just go with the 12 round magazine? All right, see you on the next one.